rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining me today. My lovely and brilliant co-host, Kelly Laughlin, is not here today, but Ryan is Ryan is with me this morning. My wonderful wonderful co-host, Kelly, son of a bitch. The joke just got all, but my wonderful co-host, Ryan, is with us. She'll be up here in just a minute. We're going to have a good time. It's Wednesday. Let's have some fun. Let's sell some atheism to these people.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right. Good morning, my wonderful peoples. Let me bring Ryan up. Are you ready, Ryan? Okay, here she is. Look at Ryan. She's looking all manner of fantastic. Now she's just showing up. Makes me feel bad. Mr. Peabody, good morning, Mr. Peabody, the skeptic says, today's goal, Chris, don't piss anyone off. Ryan, be your wonderful self. Yes, these are both good goals to have. I'm learning. I'm growing as a person. And as a host, I don't want to say a debater, but as a dude at the place with the stuff for the people, I'm growing. So, yeah.
We're all growing.
Ooh. Anna Steph is here. Good morning. And Annie. Just depends on how they like it. And Steph is here. Good morning, and Steph. Thank you for joining us. And Steph says hello or hi. Adrian Belgrave, what up, what up, what up? I saw some of Adrian Belgrave's stuff over on his channel. He's got a lot of energy. You should go give him a watch when you get a chance. He's, I don't want to say deconstructing. I don't want to say that. He's a seeker. He's learning, he's exploring, and it's great to watch. So that's awesome. Awesome. Rainbow Ash is here. Good morning, Rainbow Ash. Atheist Mechanic. Man, they're all kicking in the door pretty early this morning. Deviant Outcast. Man, we could have used you the other day. We were talking about Egypt and that sort of business. It would have been very nice to have had you here, Always nice to have you here, but you know how it is. Except John Hudson. Good morning, John. So nice to have you with us. Eccentric, skeptic, electric. Taser Geezer, it's nice to have you with us. Mr. Peabody, Right-Handed Sith was here early this morning. Musical Monkey was here early. Oh, and KCA Randy. Good morning, KCA Randy. Thank you all for joining us and being here this morning. The topic of the show today, of course, the phone lines are open. Let me pop this back up now that it's not dinged in my forehead. The topic of the show today is women in the Bible, women heroes, how they were treated, who is considered a hero in the Bible. I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask Rion, our wonderful Ryan here, she would have a very different opinion as to who the heroes of the Bible are as compared to most probably Christian people would have.
Right, definitely. But the people who I'd put, they wouldn't even be on the list. They'd be like, who's that?
Right.
Guaranteed. They'd be like, who?
Yeah, exactly. We could, the perfect example of that was the series coming out. I think it's on Fox or YouTube, not YouTube, but USA or some channel like that. And it's called Faithful Women of the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a reason why it's not called Smart. Yeah, they did. Yeah. There's a reason why they didn't call it the Smart Women of the Bible or any of that business. Yeah, they chose what we would think of as the worst.
Women of the Bible.
Yeah. Maybe a good video or series they could work on would be hidden women of the Bible. You know,
Yes.
those that you don't really hear about, like, oh man, what's the one you always have one? But Lilith is one.
Junia.
What's that?
There's Junia, who's an apostle that they never talk about, and they tried to change it to a male name, or at least the J-Dubs did. And there's a few other sects that did as well, but there are many who did keep it as a female name.
I did not know that. Giles, have you been gone for a day or two? I don't think I've seen you. I think I have a feeling. I got the feeling like you've been gone.
Yeah, I said the same. I said, good to see you, which to me meant like I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
So that's what that meant, Giles.
Yeah. It does appear as though we are streaming live to Facebook today.
Oh boy.
We'll see how that goes.
I might
For as long-
cues.
Fingers crossed. Pray to baby Jesus it goes okay.
We're gonna need more than baby Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I'm not streaming to TikTok because I know we wouldn't last very long at TikTok at all.
No, especially now with the way they've changed the game. I don't know. It might even be worse.
True that. You know, we've been hearing like things like just the mention of Trump or Epstein gets them blocked, the videos blocked on TikTok. And, you know, they came out of that thing yesterday. They went into those computers and they searched for the name Trump. Have you heard this? They searched for the name Trump. And we had seen like 38,000 references. When they went yesterday to Congress and they searched the entirety, they came up with over 1 million references to Donald Trump's name in the files. Unredacted references. Okay. We're looking at them unredacted.
And of course that could be like half of that is the repeat, like somebody's saying but even still, that's only the people who've come forward.
That's true. But, oh yeah. Yeah. I want to mention, I got something. I want to play an intellectual game with you guys today. A little thought exercise, if you can. Recently, Florida has made the sexual assault of a child under the age of 12 punishable by death. Point 1. Point 2 is that the statute of limitations on the essay of children, there is none, apparently. So if you essay a child, they could actually technically go back and get you for that and execute you for it. Point 3 to be made is that there are claims Donald Trump actually assaulted children at Mar-a-Lago, which is in Florida. So when we put all three of these together, it actually seems like if convicted in a Florida court, which some of it would be pulled down to a Florida court because it happened there, Donald Trump technically, unless I read that wrong, could be executed by the state of Florida for assault of a child.
Oh, shoot.
Well, that's not even counting the treason charges and all the other business he's bound to be facing. Well, but I'm just talking about really, and so correct me if I'm wrong, let's just assuming all those things are right. It starts to sound like a nice person executed for that. He did that. There's no statute of limitations. Then he is done that. So when you put the math, it's mathing. It really is. I think that would be something we could sell tickets to. Pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be there demonstrating, but not because of anger, but just because they're happy.
Right. My conscience. Good morning, my conscience 616 says, I'd say that, I'd say that I hope that things are charged in Florida, but I don't think Florida would go after them. Indeed, they would not in the current state. But once the political winds change in Florida, that could actually happen. No statute of limitations. Also, I want to mention that there are a lot of people who, with this upcoming midterm elections, it's not looking good. And with the wave of support, I just think that like DeSantis is going to have a really hard time keeping power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, for those of you who don't know, Florida is where Jeffrey Epstein was charged and investigated for a lot of these crimes for quite a while, and a lot of them found nothing, and a lot of that was Pam Bondi. She was the the attorney general or whatever at the time, the prosecuting attorney. And yeah, so all those things just kind of,
just had an opportunity right there in their hands. But of course they weren't going to do that because this has been the goal. You know, they've known this for a while, how they were all going to try to move together with Project 2025. Yeah. So they were going to do any and everything to keep the files from coming out. And it wasn't until people, it's us, I mean, not me, but really it's us as citizens who've been pushing for the release of the files, and Massey and Ro Khanna, that's how I say his name. If it weren't for them, they wouldn't see the light of day. They would be telling us it's a hoax, that there's nothing to see here. And meanwhile, they are the ones who are running this ring, allegedly.
Yeah. The deeper they get, I'm proud of them. All of them. Massey, I don't agree with almost anything else Massey is for.
He's out there, but
in the one
he at least has a moral, a line in the sand that he's not willing to cross. And it's like, we know something disgusting and dirty was happening in this country to our children, to underage kids, and we want to know what it was. And even if that whole system has to come down, is what he said, then it has to come down.
One of the things that I really like is that, I really like that other countries across the world have been pulling people, politicians and all that from their offices because of their association with Epstein and all that business, just yanking them out of office. And, like the former prince and all this stuff, these people who've lost their positions. One of them, though, recently, I believe, has noticed that in America, all you have to do is kind of go, you know what, I'm not leaving office. I understand what's going on. I'm just not leaving office. I think one of them over there has seen that. And that would be, I think it's a Starmer, the prime minister or whatever of England. I believe he recommended somebody for a large position, knowing that person was in the Epstein files, and people were pressuring for him to step down. He's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay right here where I am. And I'd like to see them pressure him down too. It's not just if you did
I hope that they
supported it.
Start to mimic us with that.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, I know that's what the tech pros are hoping for. I know Elon Musk has had a lot of influence over there. TPUSA has a lot of influence over there, trying to get this right wing of sort. I don't know what their wings are over there, but I think it's similar that the right wing is, on the same line or whatever. They have Labor Party. Anyway, I forget what else, but so similar ideas they're trying to transfer over there and across the globe, really normalize the supremacy. Yeah,
they really are. And they're working hard on it, and they're open about it. They don't give a shit anymore. They don't give a shit. They don't give it. They're openly taking down anything that's not white and straight. They take down flags. They take down plaques for people of color, for military people of color who've given their lives. They're taking down that stuff. It's just crazy. It's all crazy. Some people have there are a lot of things that could happen. And some people like to put the analogy of Hitler and Trump. It's actually been alleged that one of the things Trump's trying to do currently is part of that ballroom is he's building a bunker under that ballroom.
Definitely.
It would be nice to see. Why do I have to say that? He's been such a horrific president and such a fascist authoritarian dictator that I feel compelled to say I would like to see his end mirror Hitler's. Yeah. However, people often forget it's not just Hitler. Look at the way other fascists have it. I don't think it ever really ends well for the fascist authoritarian. For those of you who can and don't mind a little bit of gore, go look up what happened to Mussolini at the end of World War II. So when this all happens, it could happen hard, and there are examples in the past of where it has happened hard. I think being strung up naked in a gas station parking lot and lit a fire by a mob of people, you and your wife, these are bad things. Yeah.
Damn.
And you know, I couldn't wish but the best for somebody like Stephen Miller or those who, Elon Musk, to be fair. My thinking is really, to be honest, we eat just 2 or 3, 4. I want to eat 4 billionaires. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and someone else. Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Those 4. We eat those 4. The rest of them would get the fuck in line. If those 4 spent the rest of their lives, except for Elon Musk, because he probably deserves to be executed for what he did with the U.S. aid. We'll find out later. I hate to say bad things in public, but the rest of them spend the rest of their lives in prison and be rendered destitute, and all of their finances given. I mean, that'd be the 4 top richest men in the world. Some of, at least 3. And so, that'd really help out the world. I think the world would be really, really better off with that.
Yeah,
However,
heck yeah. There's no way that they care about people when they amass that kind of wealth. The only way they've amassed that kind of wealth is through the exploitation of either people, children, the earth, or who knows what else, just because that's the kind of way they operate. You know, they don't care if it's under duress, harassment, force. Right. As long as they get the end, don't care about the means.
True. Yeah. And, you know, you've heard me say, good morning, Brent A. Thank you for joining us this morning. Says, I like when Chris gets in this mood. Let's go. We even have a special alert now for Ryan. If I get too out of hand, she can fire off a commercial, and I fixed it so it'll go back to Ryan and won't screw up our other commercials now. So there's the good thing. Right now we've just got so much going on. I don't want to make the topic of the show about that. You know, we just kind of happened to stumble into that based on the information we recently got. So,
I mean, it fits into the system. It fits into that like misogynistic, patriarchal system where, you know, we're talking about what kind of hero gets amplified. And just like in the Bible where Abraham, and you talk all the time about like the disgusting, deplorable things that Abraham did. Similarly, he's put up on a pedestal. Elon, he freaking makes his money off of kids mining whatever precious minerals.
He does.
Right? But people tout him as some kind of brilliant man when he's like, maybe he's been involved with some cool technology, but he's gotten there because of privilege, because of money.
Let's put a couple of those two things together. He cut the funding for USAID, which provided lots of money and protection and help for people in Africa.
That he's abusing.
Where are the investigations into the abuses into the mines and all this stuff? Where's that happening in Africa? I just see those two things running. I want to put together. Thank you, Electric Eccentric Skeptic. That's a tongue twister. I can do this. It says pay down the national debt that they created. Here's how we can do that. First of all, I feel that they have spent a lot of money hiring all these ICE agents. So we should take that same amount of money and fire all the ICE agents, and 3/4 of that money we should put towards IRS agents and go after the rich, just like they went after the poor. Have them rich son of a bitches fleeing, but they can't flee. You know, we make it with Europe and Germany. I mean, these rich bastards can flee to Russia, and they can flee to like Nigeria and live out the best freaking lives they can. You know what I mean? That's what I could see for them. And then the other 3/4 of that goes to the IRS agents, and another 1/4 of the funding, that however many billions of dollars, would go to an army of prosecutors to go after all of these politicians and all of these Tim Pool, who took money from Russia to spread misinformation intentionally. Fox News needs to be shut down and all of their talking heads prosecuted, just like the propagandists were prosecuted, and I'm going to use the word again, and executed in Nuremberg after World War II. Fox News thinks they'll get off, but this shit keeps up, and they really should be with them as well. So I'm getting really, really salty this morning. Maybe we should talk about other shit.
There's a long list. There's absolutely a long list of people who deserve their just desserts for what they've done to us.
Yes.
What they've done to everybody, but they've done a number on our freedoms and the Constitution in this country.
Mm-hmm.
They've really dissolved that line of like where we thought we would never go past again.
Right.
Especially like, people who are unaware of the under systems, like the systemic stuff, the systemic issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of opened the eyes of a lot of people. We need a lot of change.
You heard about the Tulsi Gabbard thing? And prosecution. Yeah. And sentencing. Have you heard about Tulsi Gabbard? Okay. The thing with her. So she's the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, and there is a whistleblower complaint out against her. Allegedly,
yes, I do think I heard that.
She's been suppressing the shit out of this and doing everything she can to stop it from coming out. Allegedly, this whistleblower has heard a communication between 2 foreign agents about her and getting information from her. So she has been accused, allegedly, of being a direct informant for the Russian government.
Ooh.
That is not new, by the way, though.
No.
Yeah, Kinsey, that's what I've said. Good morning, Kinsey Rainwell. Thank you for joining us. I would so run for president on those things, just on that.
I'll vote for you, Chris.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. So, Tulsi Gabbard. So there's that she did that. And then she's over there helping Donald Trump pull out the voting machines in Georgia.
Yeah. And taking their rolls, like the actual physical copies, so they don't have them.
Mm-hmm.
So they can never even compare.
What they need to be doing is investigating the 2024 election. And somebody is. There's a group of people, quite a few people out there who are investigating.
You gave me the website, and it was in December that they filed their last. I don't remember what it was, but so they still have stuff going on, you guys. This is still happening.
Yeah, Election Alliance, something. Election Alliance, is that what it is? Anyway, I don't like the way this new thing does its thing.
Election Truth Alliance?
Maybe something, yeah. Election, that's it.
Election Truth Alliance. I'll paste it into the chat. So if anyone would like to scroll through, take a look at what they have going as far as lawsuits.
They've got all kinds of news. I mean, it's crazy how much interference there is. And again, here's another thing I want to put down. And I don't know who is going to be the next president. I really don't. I don't know who's going to be the next president. I don't know who's going to be the next person in power. But we really need to go after these people who have done what they have done by tinkering with our elections. That should be treasonous. That should be a treason. And the reason why that should be punishable by the utmost steepest penalty we can give is because look at what happens when treason infects our elections and the worst of the worst gets elected. They hurt millions of people, killing millions of people, if you want to talk about U.S. aid alone. But I'm talking about things like the Social Security, the lack of insurance, all the stealing from the daycares and the mothers and all the support that the government used to give to the people that they've just robbed. They've just been robbing the people. And all of these people are going to be harmed in ways that are just incalculable. So that is the direct result of misinformation from Fox News and from tinkering with the elections with Elon Musk and anybody that are associated with him. So,
agreed. Agreed. As we said, the list is long, but we better get to it. The opportunity that we have power in the House and the Senate, they better start taking advantage of it.
Really, because, we're going to have a blue wave, I believe. And as much as Donald Trump and his election tinkerers are going to let it happen, I really think there's going to be some serious election tinkering going on. Where they're like, well, we're going to wake up and wait. Oh, hey, look, Donald Trump won again. And which of us on our side is going to go, no. We're going to go, oh, yeah, damn, those elections, shucky darn. And then Jeffries and Hakeem Jeffries and all those people, what's his name? The other guy that we always forget his name?
Schumer. We always forget because he's so freaking stupid and slow and does nothing. He's a nitwit. Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, darn, we lost another election. Elections are fair in the United States. God,
sure they are.
for $2. Thank you for the dollar. Says, I love how informative this morning show is. Thank you. I'm kind of ranting. I'm ranting. I'm sorry. I'm ranting about politics. I shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, we've seen the tweets. We've
seen the tweets.
Heard the conversations that they were having. We've been told that he rigged the election. I mean, he has said it. I don't know how many times to people. I was told we don't have to have another election. So he has had they Project 2025, whatever, Heritage Foundation have had this planned for a long time, and they were going to do whatever it took. And they thought they were all going to cover each other's ass. Like there's going to be this mutual destruction. Like, well, I'm effing up, you're effing up. So I'm not going to, just like the Epstein files, like I'm not going to tell on you, you're not going to tell on me, because we're all doing really disgusting, dirty things. And they're all like operating on this really low vibration, no moral, no ethics. But while they're telling people that trans people aren't people, or that DEI doesn't matter, diversity doesn't matter. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous the amount of hypocrisy that we've had to deal with. So if when the Democrats get in power and they don't do something, I'm really just going to have to start banging heads against the wall. What?
Yeah, she's getting serious right there. Yeah. I hear you. I want to say real quick, we got Fern Love Bond walked in the chat. Let's see. I saw Gabby showed up in the chat again. Good morning, Gabby. Thank you for joining us. If 80 million votes for Donald Trump is Trump, how is that rare? Well, see, that's the whole deal. It was. What if he didn't get that many votes? What if he got about 40,000 votes? But because of Elon Musk going in there and tinkering electronically with the voting machines and the voting equipment, which he claimed he could do, and then said that he even proclaimed Donald Trump had won hours before anybody else knew Donald Trump had won the election. So there's a lot of speculation, and there is the Election Truth Alliance. Please go look that up. They're finding all kinds of tinkering in election equipment from 20 or whatever all over the country. So go look that up yourself. But I'm glad you asked. It's a very legitimate question. First of all, don't listen to me, by the way. Just go look this shit up yourself. And I want to say hello to another person. This person I don't recognize. I don't think I've ever seen this face before. This would be Duran Dar. I'm going to just do it like crappy American way. I'm sorry. Duran Dar seems to be in the chat. Good morning, Duran Dar. Asks, is atheists exist? Do atheists exist? We do. Yes. It's not a dream. You too, huh? I know.
It hurts.
So I do feel real. Thank you for asking. Samuel Blankenship rolled in. Let's see. What did Samuel Blankenship have to say? Pragmatic Humanist. Good morning, Praggy. Thank you for joining us. My political humor, not funny. Probably so. I don't know. I know mine. I have to say, I really Ted Nugent for president. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, that is funny.
Oh, that man is a freaking nut. I'm surprised his ass ain't in the Epstein files. Sorry.
Scratch fever. He too is a known like some young kind of situation. Openly and tells everybody, likes sings songs about it. That's kind of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ambushed Apostate is here. Straighten up, everybody. Straighten up. Seth is here.
Morning, Seth.
We got to be all respectable. And good morning, Seth. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, there are a lot of things. We'll just keep on ranting about this. We're going to take a commercial real quick, but we'll keep ranting about this until we get a caller who wants to call about the women's stuff. I am going to, because in honor of our Presidente and the conversation we've had so far, I think I'll just go with this commercial here. Today's world is confusing, and there's too much information for one person to make sense of it all. Which credit card should I pay off first? Is non-fat milk good for me? Who should I vote for? Let's face it, if you can't figure out high-interest milk, then how can you be expected to make political decisions that influence a country of over 325 million people? Well, that's why there's fascism. Fascism is the political, social, and economic system for today's world. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines fascism as a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often race above the individual, and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of the opposition. Choose this ideology and life will be easy. Did you ever look at someone who uses really big words and think, I wish those libs would just disappear? Well, under fascism, your dreams can come true. Under fascism, you won't have to worry about the pesky little things like brown people or atheists, or who in your country is entitled to basic human rights and who is not. Hint, hint, the answer is nobody. Yes, friends, this truly is the final solution you've been looking for. And if you're concerned if this form of authoritarianism will be up to your high standards, don't worry. American fascism will be the best fascism in the world because it's been endorsed by Jesus. So go out and destroy freedom and democracy by getting fascism today. Paid for by the Fascio Conservative Party, formerly known as the GOP. All right, we are back, and we have a caller on the line. Let me get our caller in here. Hello, caller. How are you? Can you hear me?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Is it fine?
It is. Is this the Kermit the Frog? Oh
no. My name is Kermit Peterson.
Okay. So good morning,
Kermit Peterson the Frog.
Okay, understood.
I had seen you guys a couple weeks ago. And I honestly think I can prove God. I have 3 reasons why God is real, but we can talk about anything you want.
Okay, no, I like to hear your notions for God is real. Somebody actually hit me up with a good one the other day. I'll share with you here in a minute after I hear yours.
Well, don't worry about them. They're probably really dumb.
They probably are.
My cousin, Jordan Peterson, God rest his soul. I don't know if you know what happened to him, but he was living around black mold, and he was living with black mold, and it got into his brain, and now he's like in a coma and probably gonna pass away. Whatever. Don't live with black mold.
Don't live with. Didn't that J.K. Rowling have the same problem?
So
I mean, couldn't.
Yeah. Did you see? Listen, here. That's the crazy thing is like. This woman would do like interviews and there's tons of black mold behind her.
I know. How much money can she have and still have black mold crawling up the wall? That's the thing. That's my first proof is the argument for the clean room. I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Have you never heard that?
I have not heard of it. I got to turn this up.
Great. I want you and your viewers to look around right now. Stop and look around.
Okay.
You motherfuckers have dirty rooms, okay? Like, let's just admit it. All of your room is dirty, okay?
How did you know? Is he looking? What the hell?
Because it is the primordial soup. How do you think life popped up? Your dirty room is... the primordial soup.
That
right?
makes sense. I could see that.
I mean, none of you guys
creating life
on this, okay? So, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you clean it? Because there's something divine in you to be the creator.
I see.
Okay?
I see. Oh.
Right? Like, you don't want something to jump up and bite your leg off in your dirty room. Like, what's the point of folding your laundry?
Yeah.
There's no point. You are creating, like...
I got it here. It's the divine struggle against entropy.
No entropy. We don't even have to get into science to prove God. I don't know if you know anything about the metaphysics. Here, let's start by defining terms, okay? Like, I like to think, like, am I correct when you folks say God doesn't exist?
I don't say that.
Well, do you think God doesn't exist?
I do not believe God exists. It has not been proven to me that God does not exist. I don't really generally...
Okay.
Go ahead though.
No, great. Let's define our terms then, okay? So what we're going to do is we have to define what exist means, and then I have to know what your God is. So we have to define that.
Okay.
And actually, who are you?
Wait a second. Joe Pesci is my God, and he does exist.
Well, who are you then?
I am
Define
me.
that. Well, who are you? I don't know you. How do you know
I
who
do,
are you?
though.
I don't know. But
I don't have to
know.
define myself to everybody.
Wait, so I have to give my ID to talk about God now?
Yeah, that's true. God is like the Gestapo
Excuse me,
now.
miss. We are in a lobster situation of hierarchy, okay?
Wait, lobster?
I almost thought he was going to say the men are talking. I almost thought.
No.
No, you're good.
Lobster
You're good.
women are amazing, okay?
Oh.
But there's still a hierarchy in lobsters and frogs, okay? Let me just put it that way. I don't know if you know, but frogs have a hierarchy. That's why my cousin Jordan
So much I'm aware of.
talks about lobsters all the time.
Oh,
Like you've never heard his lobster analogy where it's a hierarchy or anything?
I never have. At first you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't make much sense to me. I didn't pay attention to it. It was stupid, but he has some stupid dumb shit. Okay, like I can't tell you. I don't listen to idiots. All right, but anyways, can you disprove my argument from the clean room?
I don't have to.
That my room
You have to-
is a primordial soup?
Yeah, you have to prove that you have to prove it's true. I don't have to disprove anything.
Well, yeah, I'm proving it. I'm saying your room is
prove
dirty.
anything.
You clean it, but you clean it because there's no evolutionary advantage to it, right? Like
There may
you
be.
do it, but a monkey. Go ahead.
Hey,
Sorry.
lots of creatures all over the world actually have pretty good hygiene. You can go on the internet and you can see ants cleaning themselves.
but-
You can see roaches cleaning their antenna. Hygiene and a clean place to live is dogs don't shit where they eat.
Okay. Well, of course, you never shit where you eat. That's why you don't have a threesome with your wife's best friend. Okay. Don't do that. All right. But to counter you, a chimp doesn't fold its laundry. Checkmate.
Oh, I have been checkmated. Damn it. Well, you got me there. True.
Yeah,
True.
okay,
That's true. That is true.
Why do you organize your socks?
What's that?
Why do you organize your socks?
I got you. I don't organize my socks.
Well, some people do. So then, yeah, God's real. Checkmate.
That's,
Checkmate, you already proved it.
I like that. I see that. That's good.
Banana checkmate, you know.
Checkmate. Banana's perfectly
I'm gonna
shaped
be
for
honest
banana.
with you.
Checkmate.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have two more, but this is hurting my voice, and I'm gonna leave you with one last thing. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What do me, Kermit the Frog, and Harry Potter have in common?
That's a good question. I don't think I know.
I don't know.
Hogwarts. Good night. Thank you. I will see you later. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Kermit.
Don't worry.
Frog
Next time I'll hit you with number 2 reason why God's real. I proved it with the clean room.
Okay, yeah, clean room got me. That did get me. I'm gonna have to watch out for that one. I'll study. But thank you. Take care of that voice.
I appreciate you folks. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for calling.
Good night. Goodbye.
Good night. Don't we have call screeners? We should have call screeners. I need that therapist.
Right now, please.
That was a great call. Better than ever. I actually will clip it. I've been doing some manual clipping. I do it in a gooder way. Different. Well, I don't know if it's gooder, just different. Let me bring that down. Thank you, Kermit the Frog Peterson. Kermit Peterson the Frog. Thank you for, and I'm sorry about your cousin. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I did see that, and I haven't seen any updates. Is he's still in the coma? I guess.
I don't know. Is he in a coma? Is he really in a coma?
He was really bad the last time I heard about him.
Oh, he's really in a coma.
He's sick.
Has he considered prayer? I'm just curious if it's working out for him or anything.
I don't know.
Chronic inflammatory response syndrome. Fucking Kermit wasn't even kidding. I thought Kermit was kidding. Kermit was not kidding.
Yeah, I forget how I came upon it. I think I was researching him for a clip of something, and then I saw that he was ill, and then I checked like one of the last updates, and I think it was like his daughter or somebody was even updating for him because he couldn't do it anymore.
Wow, that's cray-cray. Who'd have thunk it? Let's see. Skepticism says, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. Huh? Yeah. Me too. I just kind of, I thought it was just hyperbole. It was funny. Too many socks. Good morning, Giles. No wonder. Chemical Squirrel. Good morning, Chemical Squirrel. Mystic Master is here. I feel naked without socks. Are those, what kind of socks are those? Are they like the fuzzy kind of socks? Are they like ankle socks? I used to wear like the socks that went up over your calf because I grew up in the 80s. And if they had the like stripes up at the top, those were the best, man.
Oh gosh, those socks.
Yeah, 80s. You know the 80s and the shorts that we used to wear as boys and whatever. That was me.
Yeah, they were cute. It was definitely a style.
Mystic Master says I use them so much that my socks became holy. Understood. Gotcha. Chemical Squirrel is here. Let's see what else is going on. We do have a poll here. I want to see. Also, I want to remind you, my friends, that we have thedamnshow.com is up and going. If you want, we even have some merch if you want to go over there. And if you're into merch, I got to be honest with you, my friends. Most of the merch is dog related. Most of the merch that is there is dog related. Was that actually who I think that was? I think it may have been somebody may have told on themselves in the chat that I didn't know who. Maybe it was Kermit the Frog. Just anyway, pay down the national debt. What was I saying? I was saying something muy importante. It was very important. Oh yeah, the goat mug.
Oh, you said something about it was all dogs. What did you have?
Yes.
Merch. Your merch, and the merch is mostly dog stuff.
Merch is mostly dog stuff, but we do have a goat that Jesse Bear made for us for the show that you can go get on a shirt or a cup or whatever. So we have merch. I'm going to start kind of working to develop more merch as we go forward. Chris, quit yapping. We're here to talk about women heroes. Yeah.
Heroes.
Heroes in the Bible. Well, Deviant Outcast, that's fantastic. We actually had a Muslim caller the other day. Was it a Muslim caller? I think it was, who was talking about the evidence in the Bible. Or Muslim. Yeah, it was Faisal, I think, was saying something about how, no, maybe it wasn't. Anyway, they were saying that Moses and Abraham wrote, what they wrote was true, and therefore what Muhammad wrote was real and true. And we kind of hit him with, well, Moses almost certainly didn't exist. And the notion of millions of people moving from Egypt to, there's no evidence of that. It would have been really nice if you'd have been here. They wouldn't have listened to your evidence. But, so the mold got him, huh? Sort of like the Last of Us TV series. It's a mold that's getting them. Mostly dog stuff, as it should be. Yeah, I'm going to work on some things. I want to get a little shirt up there that has the whole "Sin safely, my friends" and stuff like that. Some Father Flanagan merch would be nice. Goat scented flesh candles would be really fantastic. Stuff like that. So go check it out. Thedamnshow.com. Yeah, there's a link up there. And it looks like we maybe have some newbies showing up here in our thing. Where'd my poll go? Did my poll go away? Where's my poll?
Oh no, where'd your poll go? Did your poll disappear? That's a problem.
It did.
Oh no.
Shrinkage. I know, and I'm not even conservative.
Ruh-roh.
I know. My poll in a way. Anyway, I had a poll up there. I could have swore I had a poll up there. The question of the day was, it was on a different page. Question of the day was, is it first? Well, no, the question of the day is your first time seeing the show, and I wanted to see how many people said yes. Anyway, new people. I have to get the goat merch since I have cats. I think there may we have. I don't know. We'll have to check it out. We're gonna, and I'm gonna, like I say, develop some more merch. It is good. I have not done it, but things are starting to roll for the channel and all that business. So, one of the things though we were talking about earlier. Or that at least our friend Deviant Outcast is bringing us back around to is women in the Bible. of note. Now, does anyone know the name of Job's wife? Does Job's wife have a name?
No, I'm pretty sure she doesn't. I think there's like later Jewish not mythology, whatever you want to call it, where they believe that Job married some other sister from some other buddy important, but that's not in the Bible. That's just like later made up stories.
That's very true. Actually, a Rainbow Ash says most women aren't named. Indeed, they are not, and that's kind of where I'm going.
Job.
Mrs. Job. I don't know if she does have an. I'm sure she probably did have a wife. Old Salty would be Lot's wife.
Oh, Salty.
That'd be Lot's wife. Job's wife, I don't think died in the story, but she was a villain in the story as Job was going through his trials. And God killed his children. He didn't kill his wife. He killed his children, his animals, and his servants, and all that business, I think. But he never killed the wife. And then later the wife she's the villain. She's like, no, speak badly against God because he's done bad for you. So most women in the Bible are villains, and she is a villain in the Bible. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll put the bad stuff on the woman. Like Jezebel. Really, the worst thing that she does is that she allegedly forges a letter in her husband's name in order to get Nebo's garden or whatever, his plot of land for the king, or for Ahab to have. Which just is it's just a weird story, but that's literally practically the worst of what she does, other than trying to get her lick back from the Yahweh's priests who are trying to kill her priests. I mean, but she's got to defend herself. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah. Esther, according to Adrian Belgrave. And you know what? Capitalism says my fucking Hogwarts joke was amazing. Indeed, it was. Are you the one who told it to Hermit and Kermit shared it with us? Understood. Yes, that was very good. Hogwarts, because I'm going to tell that to
Hogwarts. That was good.
So it was Harry Potter, Kermit the Frog.
And he said himself.
Oh. Okay. Kermit the Frog, and let's just go Kermit the Frog and Harry Potter, and I'll tell the evil one that. I'm going to clip that. I'm going to show her. Yeah. Dinah.
That's what I was thinking it was, but I couldn't remember exactly. But yes, it is Dinah for
second was. So when did he have the second wife? I guess that was before God came along. I don't know, because I didn't think the wife was killed. I thought he kept the same wife after.
I don't remember.
Maybe they took up the story and she was the second wife. Who knows?
Need to refresh.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Collapsalism. That was fantastic. I want to say that I have seen many morning shows, and often they have someone who does that on the regular. I don't know if you've ever seen Bob and Tom. They used to have Donnie Baker call in. I swear to God they did. If you know Donnie Baker, you know what I mean. You get that. And Donnie Baker is just a comedian who would call into the show, and he was pretty funny. He did this. He died a while back. He did. And lots of shows do that. Lots of morning shows have a semi-regular rando caller. So
I grew up listening to morning shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I won a lot of merchandise. I won, not a lot, but I 2 times from calling in, one from.
Really?
Yeah, from just the regular morning show.
Yeah, I've won some stuff. Yeah, I used to do that all the time.
I don't do. I guess they still do it now. I don't know. I don't listen to the radio, so I have no clue what happens. But at least back in the day, they used to do all the time.
I guess the equivalent of that would be like giveaways here on live streams, where they, the 10th person who does this or whatever. It
makes it fun.
That's kind of a thing. Yeah. Interesting. Marcia, let's see. There's some things I've always loved being funny. I've never been good at impressions.
I'm not the best. Sometimes
I enjoy them. Yeah. First wife of Sidis or Utsit. Interesting, Mystic Master. Thank you for that. Mystic Master, I need to get over there. I need to do this. I need to get over there, and I need to apologize to Dr. Kip for being a jerk. And I'll promise never mention Lot and his daughters in Dr. Kip's presence again. Because he's so much fun to have, and he knows so many good things. I'm sure, Dr. Kip, I got to be honest, he doesn't really seem like the type who would take that kind of a thing that seriously this long. I suspect he's just busy, But if I, because he never really showed up that much before, but I sure like having him around. I should go watch his stuff. I almost bought his book yesterday just because I'm really desperate for a place to start my learning, But it's such a big ocean of stuff. Where do you start? I went to look at Dr. Josh's stuff. Oh yeah, that's an easy place to just jump right in. I mean,
it's a thick ass book. Next time we go to break, I'll pull it out just to show you guys what it looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it absolutely is like a great basics, like intro. But who was it? Kelly. Kelly also said, what you're doing, reading the Bible on its own.
Oh yeah.
My goodness, the stuff that I've thought about situations and people until I've read it for myself and realized, oh my God, they've twisted the entire freaking story.
I know. Good morning, Judah R. Judah R asks, logically, if the only thing someone has to do to be 100% assured of eternal life is just to believe Jesus to be the Christ, why not just do that in case you're wrong? That's a good, that sounds a lot like Pascal's wager. Essentially, it's safer to believe than not to believe. And, that's not a bad point. One of the things I'd like to mention, I'm going to pin this up here, Judah. Thank you for commenting. One of the things I'd like to mention, feel free to call in if you like, if you're into that sort of thing. But there are a lot of different versions of Christianity, and a lot of different people believe Jesus's word in a different way. And a lot of them even believe that their way is the only way, so much so that they're willing to kill other Christians for that purpose. We could look throughout history, and just the Reformation, the Catholic Reformation, or the Protestant Reformation, I'm sorry, was like 20 million people slaughtered between Catholics and Protestants in the name of their God. Which one has it right? And are you sure you have it right? And what if you don't have it right? What if it's Muhammad that's correct? And his book is the right one. How do you know, Judah, that Muhammad is not correct, and that the angel Gabriel, who also went and spoke to Mary and told her that the Lord was going to impregnate her, the angel Gabriel allegedly gave the Quran to Muhammad. So how can you doubt that? How can you risk doubting that? Well, all life has come from one source, right? No, it does not. It absolutely does not. We found life. Actually, we found life on meteors. We sent a scientist person's. I say we like I had something to do with it. They went out and pulled chemicals off of a rock, and they found all the chemicals for life. I believe it was the asteroid Bennu. So we found all that in space. We've actually found almost all of it in space via telescopes, looking the wavelengths in the atmospheres of light in the atmospheres of other planets to see things that, like, they have carbon and all these other things that are the makings up of life. We have seen several examples. You should go look up abiogenesis. We've got science now that tells us that this has happened. This is how it happened. And as far as one source of life, there are molecular chains that are what we like to call some of the building blocks of life. And there are stars out there that put out this crap. It's been like a decade since I read that article. It was a scientific article. It talked about them. They put out, just like all the others, like gold and whatever. But there's these chemicals that are put out, molecules that are put out by stars. So certain specific stars in the universe put out the materials for life. It's just crazy. Yeah.
It's amazing. I would love that we have a definitive answer, like in my lifetime, but there's a possibility that might not happen. But from what I've read about evolution, to me, it seems like that is the most reasonable explanation, because I really do feel that life finds a way. And when something good happens and something, beneficial happens, that will replicate and continue happening. If it's something negative happens, it'll more than likely stop doing that thing. Yeah, and then over time, whatever. To me, that over billions and billions of years, I've thought that sounds very plausible to me.
Yeah. This is not if it were quick, that'd be one thing. And a lot of evolution does can happen pretty quickly, based on your circumstances. Yeah. But it doesn't always. Some people are like, well, explain the alligator, how the alligator's been the same creature for so long. Well, sometimes in nature, it finds what it feels is the perfect working system. There's no need to change. It doesn't need to get smarter. It doesn't need to get faster. It works exactly like it's supposed to work in its ecology and its biosphere. And there's no need. There's no pressure for them to change. Stuff like that. Judah says, well, don't the laws of thermodynamics state that the universe entropy increases? That's why I made the entropy joke earlier. He's talking about the room gets dirty. That's how you clean your room. And then this is just kind of an analogy for how entropy is the universe kind of degrading, or, it's actually more complicated than that. But the analogy of using the bedroom and keeping things clean. And I just don't think entropy increases over time so the universe can work against the laws that create the universe. Don't the laws of thermodynamics state that entropy increases over time? Well, entropy increases over time, probably so. Let me see. Let me go figure out when I did my thermodynamics degree. I didn't. Maybe you should hit those questions up with somebody who took like a bunch of sciencey stuff. I can give you some general arguments that say, okay, you're right. So the laws of the universe work against the law that created the universe. That's fantastic. That doesn't mean there's a God. It does not mean there's a God. All it means is there's a question we don't know the answer to. That's all it means. And the more of these things that we learn, the smaller that tiny little God is. Remember earlier we were talking about, God created life. How can you get non-life or life from non-life? Well, we know how. I don't know how. I didn't go do it, but you can. You can go find out for yourself. Scientists have done it. If you don't trust scientists, you can go to college. It's an open thing. You can go to the university. You can take the training and you can learn for yourself why they believe what they believe. That was a long way to get around to that, wasn't it? But essentially the point is that we know how life came from non-life. So there goes your God, if that was your argument for God. Kelly Lawson was talking the other day about how we've got this, it's a nonlinear time thing. And if you're kind of familiar with quantum mechanics and all this other business, you kind of probably can get it. But essentially the bottom line of what Kelly was saying was the universe could have kicked it off itself from nothing. We've got science that hasn't proven it, but backs up the possibility of that it could do, or at least in theory, how time works. So in theory, it could have done this. There's just so many different things. Let me see what else we got going on here. What did Judah respond with?
Yeah, I don't know I have no idea what is going on.
So Judah, in your dirty room scenario, didn't it take you to clean it up or keep it clean? Sentient being, intelligent. Yeah, sure did. Yeah. But that's not an argument, again, for, like we were jokingly talking about with our friend earlier, that's not an argument for God. That's an argument for just people. Now, see, one of the things is you're kind of arguing like in a way, we do struggle against what you would call entropy. Well, entropy would being, if you were thinking about it kind of the same way, where organization turning to chaos, and the universe is eventually just going to, none of that proves a God at all. At all. I mean, if something like that, if God were going to leave proof its fingerprints like that, it would have done it in mathematics in a way, like I've said before, that would have been stupid easy to do. We've got Bonnie on the line. Bonnie, we're going to take a break. It's the top of the hour. We're going to take a break. And whenever we come back, we will get with Bonnie and see what Bonnie's doing again. Thank you. And we'll come back to this topic. I do appreciate the topic. Judah, I really do. And one of those things I need to learn more about, to be fair, to be honest, to be true.
Put it on my list.
Put it on the list. All right, let's see. What do we want today? I think let's go with this one here for you people who haven't seen the pup.
Flanagan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Flanagan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalop the Fifth.
Your popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanagan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Pharaoh Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not fit for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label, a warning label on the box, not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Will there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
All right, we are back. Let me go here and pull down Miss Ryan while we wait for her. And I'll pull up Bonnie and we'll talk to... Oh, there comes Miss Ryan. There she is in all kinds of fantastic... Okay, cool and fancy. And here is Bonnie, Fofani, Fanana, Fana, Fofani. Bonnie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Excellent. How are you doing? Go ahead.
Well, your topic is women in women in the Bible. That I can't think of any, but Junia in Romans 16:7. A lot of Bibles call her Junia or say Junius because they don't want a woman apostle. Romans 16:7. A lot of Bibles will say Junia, but a lot of them say Junius because they don't like the idea of a female apostle. So if you look that up on Bible Hub, a lot of Bibles do say Junia, which is a female apostle.
Junia.
The New World Translation says Junius.
Really? You know,
yeah.
I got to be honest. I turned 54 yesterday or so, and I think it was like yesterday. Well, Saturday, Sunday, and it was just like yesterday or so that I learned that there was a female apostle. I had no idea. No idea at all that there was a female apostle. That they, you know, I mean, I know stuff that they. Now I know that they have a female apostle.
Well, I mean, because again, and I'm sure Bonnie can concur, when they want to put women in the forefront, you know, to give us a little bit of cred, they'll choose women like Sarah and Rachel and, you know, others who are just kind of simps for the patriarchy, basically, who didn't stand up for themselves or what have you, like Jezebel did, and ended up getting defamed for it.
Yeah. And then you were talking about Dinah and Ryan. You know, as a witness, we were told a lot of times, you know, about Dinah, how she was running around and she shouldn't have been running around, and she got violated, etc.
She was hooring? Is that what was going on? Okay.
Yeah. But if you go through that, she was maybe 6 years old at the time. It doesn't make sense if you study it. But this is something that I missed as a witness. You know, if you're going through that, I'm going to read it from the New World Translation here on Genesis chapter 34. This is after her brothers went and killed all of those people. It says in verse 29, it says, "And all of their means and maintenance and all their little children and their wives, they carried off as captives, so that they plundered all that was in the houses. So when they killed all of the men, they saved the women and the children. So then Jacob ended up with all of those women and children. Now, I don't think as witnesses we were ever told that, but it's right there in Genesis chapter 34, verse 29. No, nothing's ever said about that, how he inherited all those women and children from that, when they went and killed all of those men because Dinah was violated. Yeah. But I'm going on, and I'm on Bible Hub, and I'm going into the next chapter, which is 35. Now, when you're reading the Bible, every Bible, I'm going to read it all in New World Translation, verse 1. Okay. After that, God said to Jacob, rise up and go to Bethel and dwell there and make an altar there to the true God, every other Bible is going to just read God. Go there and make an altar to God, who appeared to you when you were running away from Esau, your brother. Okay, so it's unquoted there. So it's quoted. So God said to Jacob, rise up and go to Bethel and make an altar there to God who appeared to you. Now, why wouldn't it say, and make an altar to me who appeared to you? So then,
right.
Okay, so I'm going to read it. I went to Bible Hub, and I'm going to read it out of what the Hebrew actually says there. It says, it says, then God, Elohim, said to Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel. It's got El. It just says El in Hebrew. And settle there, build an altar there to God. But what does it say? La El. La El. The El. So God said, so Elohim said to Jacob, go up there and build an altar to La El, the God who appeared. So no Bible is going to say the God. When you're reading that, you say to yourself, well, that doesn't make sense. If he's talking to Jacob and he says, go up there and build an altar, he would say, to me, who appeared to you. But no, it's the God who appeared to you. More straightforward.
That would make sense, yeah. Yeah.
So, when you're reading that, people's minds just skip over that. They don't really think about it when they read it, And when they have quotes like that, he should have said, and make an altar to me who appeared to you. But no, it says the God. Elohim said, make an altar to the God, the El.
Now
anyway, that was my comment. So, anyway, thanks for
because when you go to church, when you go to the Kingdom Hall or synagogue, wherever you go, they're just going to give you this same recycled, boring crap, or a certain part of the story. Like they'll focus on the beginning of Dinah and what she did wrong, or some other pertinent part of the story, but ignore the rest of the context of what happened or why that happened or what have you. So good at that. They're absolutely good at just twisting just enough, keeping a little bit of truth, and then you never read the Bible, so you don't realize that they've actually just miscommunicated and changed the narrative of the story.
Yeah. We've got questions for you real quick. Just before you go, I feel you wanting to go. Miss Bonnie, are you from Fargo by chance?
No.
Near Fargo?
I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I might have that Minnesota accent because I lived close to Minnesota when I was growing up.
So are you a Green Bay fan or a Vikings fan? Let me get the hang up button ready.
Green Bay.
Oh, well, it was nice talking to you. We will see you later. No.
Okay. See you later.
No, I was kidding. Because I'm a Vikings fan. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
poorly
can I just give a quick suggestion, just because I see it in the comments with Fern, and because we have Bonnie here who likes to do research and whatnot. Another Bible suggestion, Fern's suggesting Bible Gateway, which is what I use also sometimes, but Cross Bible, CROSS Bible is actually made by a scholar, and you can do the same thing. And I love it because I think you can change like your background to keep it dark, because I really hate that bright white in my face. But you can do like side by sides of different translations to do this, to see, oh, okay, this verse, how is it translated in 20 other versions? Which one says Junia, which one says Junius. So yeah, Cross Bible. And he also has a YouTube channel, so you can find him there.
Yeah, check that out.
Can I add something else?
Please.
Can I add something else? And another thing is, as witnesses, we are always told, Psalm 83:18, there's at least in King James where it says, the name of God is Jehovah, but actually Jehovah is never in the Bible. It's Yahweh, YHWH, but there's never, and it's only in a few places. But Elohim is in the Bible thousands of times for God. Elohim. Yeah, that's Hebrew though. But very few Christians ever learn how to read Hebrew. So,
Well,
so let me talk.
the Jehovah's Witnesses told us, or at least I remember, I was of the generation, they told us that Jehovah was his name from like back in the day. And then, of course, because scholarship is always putting new things out, they realized that, okay, we have to change our perspective. Then they changed it to, okay, it might not be the most accurate translation, but it's the most widely accepted. And we feel that that's better for, people to come to Jehovah. But, it started off with a lie. That J letter did not come until like the 14th century. So there's no way his name was Jehovah.
Well, they even put that in. They even put that in a watchtower, 1980 watchtower, that was invented by the Catholic Church.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you, Bonnie.
The things you learn.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you, and call us again. Go find out about that thing. I want to hear how that turns out.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right,
thanks, Bonnie.
All right, you know what? We're going to do a thing real quick, and whenever we get back, we're going to have, let's see, it is Tay. Tay is on the phone. We spoke to Tay the other day. Hi, Tay. We'll be back, though, in about 30 seconds. Having a fun one today.
Is your humble parish tired of constant litigation? Drained by bloodthirsty lawyers sucking the collection plates dry? Well, no more threats of jail time and public humiliation. Try Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. Cute little fellas, eyes and mouth wide with surprise, complete with lifelike tears. Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys, coming to a Walmart near you.
All right, Tay, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
Good morning, Tay. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Excellent.
So I'm up to chat on whatever you would like to chat. You were talking about the women in the Bible.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite woman in the Bible or some business? Yeah. Man, we lost him.
Oh, no. He dropped off?
Yeah, his phone, remember, like he called the other day and he kept dropping out.
Oh, darn.
Hopefully he will. I'll leave him up on the line and maybe he'll pop in.
I fixed the
Yeah?
I fixed the problem. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you now. Okay.
I'm not going to drop out this time. I fixed the problem.
All right.
It was my phone screen time. It was just timing out. So.
Okay.
So what I want to say is that starting with Eve, I believe in the Hebrew Bible, Eve is, I believe that she is blamed for being kicked out with Adam from heaven.
Yes.
Is that true, or is that my understanding correct? And the Quran, in our belief in Islam, we don't believe that at all.
I think he just misspoke. You mean
I said
Eden?
heaven.
Yeah.
From Eden, yes, from Eden, Garden of Eden, correct.
Yes.
So in Islam, we don't actually believe that. We believe that Adam and Eve are equally responsible for their mistake by falling to the temptation and making a conscious decision by free will to eat from the tree, the one place that they were told not to do that.
Okay.
So it's an equal responsibility. So that's where it starts with Islam, with showing that man and woman in Islam are generally equal, right?
That's what I thought you
with
said
actually
earlier.
sometimes men. I'm sorry.
Carry on. No, I thought that's what I misunderstood. I thought you said that earlier. Carry on.
Yeah. So with men, actually sometimes have more authority, and women having better treatment than men. So in Islam, for example, there is, and this is a very misconception actually by even Muslims. There is a verse in the Quran that says that men are رجال قوامون على النساء, which means that they are over women, right? They are like having an overarching responsibility, overarching status over women. But my understanding of that verse, which is probably different from a lot of other Muslims, is that in Arabic, because I speak Arabic fluently, I speak traditional Arabic, and I understand it very well. I studied grammar throughout the years. I'm very interested in the language and the science behind it. So when in that verse in the Quran where it says "Rijal qawmun an nisa," I'm going to bring up the actual translation. It doesn't mean that men have power over women. Actually, when you say that someone it basically means that men are responsible for women, which in turn, and it's actually throughout the religion. If you search up what is women's rule and what are men's rule, men are supposed to be caretakers of women. They are supposed to provide for them. They are supposed to actually do whatever they need to do for women. I'm married, and I always tell my wife, "Hey, wife,
You have just
her
one
name
wife?
is Nihal." I tell her, "Hey, Nihal."
Do you have just one wife?
Yes, I do have one wife.
Okay.
I only have one wife this time. I was married 4 times, but I was married. I'm a serial monogamist, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't married. I was married more than one time. I've never had 2 wives at the same time.
Understood.
Which doesn't actually contradict with atheism, because in atheism, who would say that having one wife or one husband, for that matter, is wrong, right?
No.
So
I
in
think it
atheism,
actually would be
there are
contrary
no
to
rules,
Islam,
right?
wouldn't it? Isn't it actually contrary to Islam, not atheism?
No, not at all.
How many wives did Muhammad have?
Not at all. Having
Isn't he? The
Muhammad had hold on. Muhammad had, if I'm correct, I may be wrong.
Probably 4.
I think he has 13 wives.
Okay.
No, he has 13 wives.
Yeah.
And he has 13 wives. He only consummated marriage with 9, I believe, or something like that. But that's a different story.
It is different.
I could go through why this happened, but it's a different story. He has a special case. And then at one point in the Quran, it says, "That's it, Muhammad, you're not going to marry anymore." Then the Quran, it said, "That's it."
Okay.
So that was a decree from God. So
right. Because this can go on.
So what I was saying is, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you're covering a lot of ground, man. Do you getting to a point, or because I got like a whole bunch of notes to go back over. I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's just get somewhere so I can take over.
Let me just give you the exact wording. So the verse 434, okay, 434 in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 34. The translation, it says, "Men are the caretakers of women."
Okay. Gotcha.
They're not the bosses. They're not the bosses. They're not the gods. They are the caretakers, and that's what I tell my wife. I tell her, "Hey, wife, Nihal, you don't really have to work in the house. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do laundry. You don't have to cook. You don't have to do anything." I tell her that. But if you do, that would be gracious of you.
Right.
Okay. And she understands that very well because I understand Islam properly. Go ahead.
Okay. I got some things, man. I got a lot of things. First of all,
Yes.
Eve was not there when Adam was told not to eat the apple. There's no evidence, or the fruit. There's no evidence in the, no, wait. There's no evidence that Adam ever told Eve not to eat the apple. Also, Eve was ignorant. She did not know right from wrong. What was the apple or the fruit supposed to give her? The knowledge of the difference between good and evil. And if you don't know right from wrong and good and evil, you don't know it's wrong and evil to eat the fruit. And then she's actually against a serpent, which is like the advocate of God, or, you know, it's like an angel, an intelligence, a person in the Bible who's not ignorant, who knows things, and she's supposed to withstand that. Now, going on in the Bible, 1 Peter 22, Paul tells women to be subjective to men, that they're not supposed to have rule over men. Also, now, let's go on about you. Men and women are equal. I would hardly say that about anybody in Islam at all. You say you take care of your women, but having multiple wives, and now you said, now I want to give you some credit, Tay. You say you feel that men are the caretakers of women, and that means that they need to take care of them, right? I've heard other Muslims describe their women as like candy, and that they mean, and the woman outside without a burqa on is the candy exposed to the air, and the flies and everything gets on the candy, and you have to protect the woman from that. This is not, I mean, and also I just want to mention that your notion, and I appreciate your notion of taking care of a woman, has very much not applied to the general population of Islam and how they treat their women. Here in the United States, not that this is the general case, but here in the United States, we have honor killings. Wait a second. We have honor killings in the United States. We do. How many honor killings do you think they have over in Islam, over in the Middle East? What are honor killings? Would you define them for me? Define an honor killing for me.
Okay. I will. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Because I got disconnected for a second.
I did hear you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. So, a few things I would like to point to first. There's a difference between religion as a system, belief system, and practice system, and the people who actually do the religion, like that. Let's say Christians versus Christianity. Hindus versus Hinduism, Islam versus Muslims versus Islam.
Yeah, man, I got all this.
Wrong practices done by or incorrect practicing by certain people who say that they follow a religion doesn't invalidate the religion itself. It means that the people are not following the teaching of the religion.
But
for example, as you said, Christians were killing each other. Christians were killing each other.
Stop.
Yes,
We're talking about Islam, and you're talking about like Islam having the right way, but your way is not right. You say it's right, but other Muslims say it's wrong. And which one is right? Who says it's right?
Okay, so if we are talking about if we are talking about Islam, then please do not invoke any Christian verses.
What are no. Wait. Okay, Islam is the third book after it. Listen, if they accept Jesus as a prophet, they have to accept the New Testament, even if you accept it as corrupt. I don't even think you're really sure what you know. Am I wrong?
No, I know what you know. If you listen to me, I know what I know, and I will explain what I know.
No, I listened to you for a very long time, and eventually your eventual point was Islam treats women equally. And
no, you haven't listened to me.
I did listen to you.
Listen to me.
I listened to you.
You want me? No, you haven't. You haven't listened to me. You invoked the. First of all, Muslims, as myself, I believe that the Bible and the Torah, the Injil, the Torah, the New Testament, and the Torah are. Let me say it. We believe that is corrupted. So you invoking any verses from there, that doesn't mean anything to me as a Muslim.
Okay, what about Moses?
Now, going back to
I got to tell you,
Adam
this
and
is my
Eve,
show, and I can't mute you. I can. I really can. And I want to say that I really did listen to you for a long time. I'm just going to do that. All right. So I just want to say I listened to you for a very long time, and I specifically asked you what your point was, and you gave me your point. And your point was shit. Islam, almost in no fashion, some very modern people, very far away from what is cultural Islam, do treat their women well. But most of them don't. Most of them don't. And you can argue that you think they do, but they don't. And you pivoted whenever we get to, we're talking about the equality of women. Don't go off on something else about not being using the Bible and all that other bullshit. We're talking about the treatment of women, because you started bouncing whenever I started bringing up honor killings. You refused to define it for me.
I did not refuse.
No, at that point was whenever you started to start talking about something else.
I was just establishing. I was trying to establish how we're going to discuss this matter, because you brought up that Adam and Eve in the Bible.
All right, stop.
Blah blah blah. Eve wasn't there, so it's different from Quran. It's just different from the Quran.
I'm done. Listen, you cannot base your religion, and I mean, to go conveniently deny these books of the Bible that your religion is based on is just ridiculous. I'm not going to sit there and do it. That wasn't the point of the conversation. That wasn't the topic, Tay. And I just, the argument that Muslims treat women is just equally is ridiculous. I want to define that again for you, my friend. Ridiculous means worthy of ridicule. No, I'm not going to, if you call back, I'm not going to sit there and let you just continue to talk over me. I'm really, if you watch the show, I'm really trying to be really good about letting people talk. And I did. I let you talk for a very long time. So, yeah. What else do we have going on? Is it almost time for another break? I haven't even been able to keep up to the chat. I need to get like a producer so somebody can keep up with this shit. Not that because you're too busy too. What's going on? Am I wrong? Am I right? And this whole notion they're going to believe in Jesus as a prophet of God. Well, if the New Testament is corrupted, why do you believe that at all? How can you trust it at all if it's corrupted? And actually, Christians think I would think, certainly some of them think that the Quran is not real, is somehow not the word of God. It's therefore corrupt. I don't see who's right in that matter. Let's see. Tasty Proton. Did we get all wild and weary? Laura wears a hat. Well, Laura wears a hat. Thank you for joining us. It says respectful discussion, but I don't know who it is. It says this is from Ontario, Canada. We got a Canadian in the chat. I didn't realize that was the same person. I thought, you know what? I get excited. Thank you. We'll be back in just a minute. And whenever we come back, we're going to visit with, it does say Tay. I'm not talking to you anymore, Tay. I'm done with you today. Call back tomorrow maybe, and I'll visit with you. But I'm kind of done with you today because, I mean, you made your point. And your point was very, very flawed. Maybe in your house it's that way, but it's very flawed. And that's why, like, whenever I asked you how many wives you had, you obfuscated. You knew what I meant when I asked you how many wives you had. You knew exactly what I meant. But you went through the whole, I've had 4 wives and blah, blah, but I've never had 2 wives. You knew what I was asking because you were arguing that women are treated equally. And they're not, absolutely. How many women out there do you know that have 4 husbands? And where she's the leader of the house, I just don't think this is the argument. Yeah. And thankfully, we had people in the chat giving us all kinds of scriptures from the Quran that disprove that, I believe. Let's take a quick break. Whenever we come back, we'll do something. Let's go here. And I am going to take a chill pill and chill down a minute because Chris is just being a jerk today. I don't want to be a jerk. Am I being a jerk or am I just... I think I was very patient. I thought, of course I would feel that way, wouldn't I? Let's go. I want to do this. Is it this one here? Let's do that. You have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No.
Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl Sagan, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
All right, I do want to say I am probably not the best person to take Islamic callers, especially if they're going to go defending women or the treatment of Islam and women, because I'm just not. Somebody else should be in charge of that, because I was raised in have a certain respect for women, and I'm just not the best person to discuss those things, probably, without getting too excited. You look fantastic today. You got like a Bo Derek kind of 10 running on the beach kind of feel to you. All right, we've got John Hudson. John Hudson's gonna hear. We got John Hudson. We've got actually several people in hold. John and somebody else has been there. John, what's going on? You want to talk about my health?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about your health. Your blood pressure looked like it was going up on that call.
Could you see my vein popping out in my? Yeah.
It was the bulging of the eyes that had me concerned.
Yeah, and I'll go back and sometimes watch them. Go ahead.
Yeah, calling Ryan a 10 is just so totally out of line when she's a 12.
It really is. No. It really is. I know. I was shooting low.
Well, you got me. I told you I wasn't going to watch this shit because I don't like these college shows, but you've got a different flavor, man. I'm kind of digging you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Ryan just sits over and goes, you can see her going, tisk, tisk, tisk. Look at this, man. You know what the fuck he's talking about. But, she's along for the ride.
Ryan has been quiet today.
Well, I've been rattling. I've been in a mood, so I just need to shut up and let her take a call or some stuff.
Well, like Amber would say, the tangent or something like that. On
yes.
Having tangents. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you're sticking around anyway.
I'm waiting for a pickup on some tables this morning. I got 4 tables ready, and they were supposed to pick them up yesterday. So my shop, I don't have room, so I'm kind of held captive in front of a screen until the delivery.
Gotcha.
I have nothing else to do, Chris.
So you're stuck with us.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm liking what you're doing, pal.
I appreciate
and Ryan,
Thank you.
You guys are always fun. I did switch up all my YouTube stuff because I didn't know I had any videos on it.
Oh.
My grandson had made over 100 videos of him doing stuff, and I'm like, oh. And so I just got rid of the whole John Hudson thing. It was just easier to do. I didn't know I had any subscribers too. I had like 169 subscribers. I never looked at my page till when I was deleting Facebook. I was like, what? I'm on YouTube, and I'm like, what? I have 169 subscribers and all these videos. I never made one, but I'm going to make some. I'm going to make some YouTube videos of me making stuff and taking care of chickens and things.
Cool.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that's where my expertise lies.
We do want to see that. That's the
all right. Well, love you guys.
too,
Keep it up, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Send safely. All right. Looks like we've got Ember, the Bible badass, is also in line. And don't drop my own call, damn it. And then we also have got it looks like yes, Kermit. No, I don't think it's Kermit this time. I think it's collapsalism possibly. But first we got Ember joining us. Hi, Ember.
Hello. I see you're getting popular today. It must be the spice.
It must be the spice. Yeah, I don't know. I question, is the spice good? Is the spice bad? Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I get too spicy. Am I too spicy today?
I think we all need a little more salt in our diets these days.
Yeah, You're probably right. Well, what's going on? You are a Bible badass, I see from your comment there.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of interesting discussion today, but we've only gotten one cool woman from the Bible so far, and the Junia lore is freaking amazing. I'm so glad that got shared with us. It's great stuff. But I wanted to get some more cool women in the Bible. Okay. And there's another section that very few people talk about because it's in that boring Judges section, So a little bit of background for everybody who may not be up to speed on their Bible study. They haven't been watching Dr. Kip like they should. Moses dies, and then Joshua does the invasion thing, and he drives out all the Canaanites and conquers Israel, and Israel is safe. Or not, because he dies. And then Deborah takes over. Deborah,
badass.
Female judge. Fuck yeah. Well, the Canaanites return. It's Bible 2, Return of the Canaanites. And they've got this general, Sisera, and he's like kicking the shit. He's retaking the land. He's like, get off my porch, all this kind of shit. And so Deborah's like, what are we going to do about this guy? She makes a prophecy. She's like, a woman will end him, let's say end him. So a woman, that's the prophecy. So Deborah, she's like trying to lead the war effort, but the men aren't listening to her, and she's like, a woman will handle this. And then along comes, her name eludes me for a moment. Jael.
Okay.
I need more coffee. Yeah, she doesn't just deal with this general dude, the Sisera guy, but she kills him with a tent stake.
Isn't that the same thing that never mind.
Yeah. She sneaks over. She's on the battlefield. She sneaks over to his tent. He's like meeting with her husband or something, and she offers him hospitality. She gives him milk and gives him a blanket, and then he dozes off, and then she just jams a tent stake into his skull. Like, boom, war is over.
The reason why I mentioned this tent stake, I was like, a tent stake, because that was the thing apparently that Sasha Riley inserted into Donald Trump and then kicked it, and that's why Donald Trump.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's why he had to have that emergency bag and stuff back in the 90s, was it somewhere? Anyway,
it would have been.
Oh no!
You hadn't heard that?
So, I mean, it actually is celebrated. Like no one in the English speaking world that I know of really talks about her, but there's a song in tribute to her, the Song of Deborah, even though it's about Jael. Yeah, well, okay. The song is for Deborah, but Jael is praised as the most blessed among women because she did what the men couldn't be bothered to, I guess.
Interesting.
And And there's a goddess, and goddess Anat is also mentioned in that story as well. And nobody even talks about it because nobody knows about it. I mean, I talk about it.
I must admit that part. So even in the feminist part, Bible 2, Revenge of the Canaanites, the women are dealing with the problems, and there's goddesses in there too. Holy shit, we're learning all kinds of stuff today, folks.
It's allegedly the oldest song, the oldest piece of biblical literature. So
really,
like 9th. Yeah, they say the scholarship says like 10th, 11th century BCE, but I say like 9th.
Wow.
Whatever. I don't know anything, so.
I don't either. I'm a guy.
Yeah, so it's the oldest, but yet they'll put Genesis in the forefront as if it is the oldest.
That is crazy that they do.
Well, a lot of people forget the Ugaritic texts. I realize that they're mostly like similar stories to the Old Testament sort of stuff. But like the point is there's old texts that change our interpretations of things that we've only recently discovered, and most of the scholarship is still stuck in the early 20th century, and they don't realize we've made some updates.
See, the one I've never even heard of is Jael, like that. I've never even heard of it that I remember. Of course, my memory's like a sieve, but yeah, I've never heard of Jael. I have to look that one up too.
Double theophoric name.
Thank you, Ember, for bringing us back to the female topic of the day. My favorite is I think Rebecca so far. Right? Is that her name? Is that the one we talked about earlier? I don't know. I don't know.
No.
There's a bunch of cool ones. Women are scarce in the Bible, it's true, but most of the women who actually get named are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's several. There are several. It's just that no one talks about them. And and again, like someone like Jezebel and Athaliah won't be mentioned, but Athaliah ruled the kingdom on her own for like as a queen. So she was the queen of, I think, Judea for a while. No one knows that.
True that.
So much hidden history right in the freaking books.
I know. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that with us, Miss Ember. We've got one more. I don't mean to rush you off. We've got one more caller and we're almost done with the show. Let me do a quick thing. Man, Ember is very cool, guys. If you don't know, Ember hosts a show that starts right after this one at 9 o'clock. So hang out, either go over there and join her after this, or this stream will kick you over to her stream. So I'm going to run a quick thing, and whenever we get back, we're going to talk to our final caller, and I'm just doing this showing the new things for funds today. Let's go here. This one. You're not going to believe this. I didn't believe it, but I mean... I was completely blown away whenever I heard it. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Jesus was a Jew, and as such, he was circumcised 8 days after his birth. And guess what? You guessed it. They claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. Well, 5 or 6 different churches each claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. But surely one of them is bound to be authentic, right? And I'm sure they put... And I'm sure they put it on display from time to time, as Catholic folk are wont to do. So you can probably even go look at the dick flesh of your holy savior if you want to. All right, we are back. All right, everybody. So let's see. Let me bring up our final caller here. We've only got a few more minutes left. Let's see who we've got. Is it Kermit or is it collapsalism?
Well, which one do you want, big dog?
I don't know. Whichever one's dressed the most scantily.
I'm kidding. Awesome. Like I said in my prompt, I didn't want to take up any time from any callers or anything like that. But one of the things that I feel in this space, right? Like I came in, I've worked in politics for a really long time. And like, I think politics should be boring, right? Like obviously we're in a crazy time now, but we have a lot of people who think they know politics but anyways, getting back into this point or getting into this space, like I expected people to be so much smarter than me and people to like not like say wild things, right? Like my first time on a panel, I had to say to somebody, you're fucking with me. You're trolling. right? Like you're not being serious right now, believing in like baby paste type stuff or anything like that. But no, these people will especially these men, right? Like, I put that in quotations because I don't think they're men, right? Like, one of the things I've noticed is that they've never been shamed by their fathers.
Oh, I see.
And I actually think we should shame these people. Like, I maybe I'm wrong. Like, help me out here.
Let me. You may hear me on the show say it. I'll say it's ridiculous. That means it's worthy of ridicule, and someone should have ridiculed the fuck out of these people. I think that's kind of what you're going with, right?
Yeah, but no, Chris, that's just my opinion, and you can't have an opinion about my opinion.
No, I stole your opinion, and now it's my opinion.
Yeah, but fuck those people, because an opinion can be objectively wrong and disgusting. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I know we're talking about women heroes in the Bible. I know growing up with a King James onlyist black father, like, I had to deal with that shit. I don't know if you guys know what that's fucking like. Like, he still, to this day, cannot give me a good reason why Jesus exists. Right? Or why Jesus is, or why the Bible's true, or whatever, right? But I've never learned until I did the studying on my own about women in the Bible. But at the same time, there are way better women from history you could take from, right? Like, if we really want to, I'm not saying we shouldn't teach about women in the Bible. Anyways, that's what I said. Take me last, man, because I'm just here to complain about these people. Like, these dudes, they're not shamed enough, and I hate it. And that's why I get on shows and I'll be like, hey, you're fucking disgusting.
That's
like, awesome. I hope your mother, I hope your girlfriend, your wife, for one, I hope you're not married if you have I had to deal with an atheist who believed in soft eugenics.
Oh, really? Okay.
What do we do? What do we do with those people? I don't know what to do with those people.
That's weird. Anyway, just being an atheist
I didn't have
doesn't
much
mean.
to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's awesome. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. Very cool.
I do have some videos coming out. Not trying to plug my channel or anything, but I have How to Destroy the World for Dummies, like the book. And it's just like it's my conspiracy of government policy that has been passed, that why we get to where we're at right now. And then oh shit, the other one, I totally forgot what the other one is coming out right now. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm yapping. Let me go.
All right. No,
appreciate
go ahead.
You guys. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Let me just say to everybody, go out there and subscribe, or go check out Collapsalism. Thank you, Collapsalism, for joining us.
Don't do it. I'm terrible, folks. Don't listen to him. He's lying to you. I'm terrible.
Thank you. We'll see you
I appreciate you too. Thank you very much. I'll call in 2 weeks with my or Kermit will call in 2 weeks with his second reason why God is real.
God exists. Because we'll need another Kermit joke too.
That's the only one I think he knows.
Well, you got 2 weeks. I'm sure you can find one. Internet.
All right. You have too much faith, brother. I appreciate you guys.
We'll see you later. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, let me do this. And I want to say thank you to everybody. I just want to say there's a lot of new people in the chat. The Freak, I don't recognize your name. Nice to see you. And of course, we do have some guy out there. Chris, I love all the fun commercials, by the way. Thank you, some guy out there. Thank you for joining us. And then Advait, thank you for joining us again. And Laura wears a hat. I see you fencing with... what's his name there? The Freak, and you're doing a great job. Their God has no power here. Yeah, I'm surprised more of our chat isn't lighting them up for you, really, to be honest. You're a newbie, so why aren't they get don't worry, they'll get him. And we have let's see, Rest Affected says, tell us how Cain and Abel met their wives. Well, they were at this bar. The lights were low, music was playing, there was a pool table over in the corner. Yeah, right. I agree with you. That is weird. Maybe their mom. Maybe they bumped. No, they didn't do that. That'd be yucky.
They had to do something with a relative.
They had to. Twice in the Bible. If you follow the Bible at least twice, they had to repopulate the entire earth through incest. Ryan, thank you for joining me. Tomorrow is Thursday. I do believe we're going to have a fun day tomorrow. Tomorrow, the topic is something else. I have some other topic set for tomorrow. Let's see what the topic is. It's, don't tell me I know this one. Ooh, mansplaining God. See, today was talking about women left out of the Bible. I actually stole this from y'all's title of the show the other day, but mansplaining God. You know how people kind of, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me explain this to you. Yeah. Well, you do know, don't you? Let me read our super chats. We got Kiwi Banana became a channel supporter. Oh, and Chick Magnate isn't here, but I have updated our stuff. So you're now in the correct place, Chick Magnate. Godwin7 threw $2 at us and said, I love how informative this morning show is. Thank you. Always remember, though, thank you, Godwin7. Always remember, don't listen to this jackass. If you learn something on the internet, from me, at least, double check it, because I ain't right in the head. I forget so many things. And then we've got Woked Donkey for 100 rupees, I believe, said the break time here is better than the break time in the Super Bowl. I was disappointed, I have to say, in some of the Super Bowl commercials. I have to say I was. They weren't as good as
I didn't see any of them.
Yeah. Anyway, you missed the Super Bowl. My wife is a Seahawks fan, so it was a really good day for me.
Oh, yes, you were right. Yes, absolutely. Yes, and congrats to her. Anybody who can take down the Patriots, get them.
You know, the Patriots guy, the owner of the Patriots, Kraft, is in the Epstein files, I believe. He's also a big Trump supporter. The lady who owns the Patriots, who is I believe the owner died, and she's in the trust, and she's currently the owner. She's a liberal and gives away to all kinds of good things, and she's wonderful. So, Seattle Seahawks people. Yeah, that's right, all you people. Thank you very much. All right, we're off to say the world. Ryan, I'll see you tomorrow.
I see you.
All of you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you to all of you who called in. Thank you to everybody who showed up. All you new people, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.